Now, we've all heard the term, we are what we eat. But what if that's not the whole picture? What if what we consume or what we allow ourselves to take in is actually the more accurate way to describe who we are and how we experience this life? In today's episode, we're going to look at some of the more common consumptions that we allow into our body. We're going to look at the conscious and the unconscious aspects of these, and we're going to look at how these consumptions might be either assisting us to live a healthy and happy life, or whether they're actually breaking us down and making life harder than it actually has to be. Hello, and welcome to Dichotomy, where we explore a range of topics that can help you to stop feeling like you're simply just existing and getting by, and start feeling like you're truly alive and enjoying every part of your life. When it comes to consumption, the vast majority of us are doing so in an unconscious way. You look in any of our daily habits, and up to 90% of what we're doing is actually unconscious. So, why would our intake of consumables be any different? If we're on autopilot, that means we're probably not aware of one, what we're consuming, two, the degree we're consuming it, and three, the impact, positive or negative, that it might be having on us. This is one of the major dichotomies in life. Everything we're consuming is either building us up or breaking us down. Now, let's look at a range of the consumptions that I'm talking about here. Now, let's start with the obvious one, food. Of course, what we eat matters. We are what we eat, they say. But are we aware of the impact of what we're consuming when it comes to our food? What about the media and news? Are you consciously aware of what you're choosing to consume? Or are you mindlessly absorbing the nightly news as it ticks along in the background while you're making dinner? Are you choosing the types of information in the media that you're allowing your consciousness to engage with? And when we talk about media, we have to talk about social media as well. This is one of the larger areas of unconscious consumption. Are we aware of what we're consuming? Or are we simply sitting there at the end of the day, doom scrolling through anything from funny cat videos to war-torn images or the latest food craze that some celebrities posting? There's so many areas of social media that impact us in such massive ways. So our consumption in this area is of critical importance to our health and well-being. Now, the next one I'd like to cover is music. Now, music is something that's close to so many of our hearts, but there's components of music, such as the lyrics within them. Are those lyrics uplifting, positive? Are they supportive of your mental health? Or are they heavy, negative, fraught with heavy emotions and sadness? The other aspect to music is the frequency. Now, we could go into details about the change of frequency in which music has been recorded over time, but the net effect is that some frequencies have a greater beneficial effect on the human body at the cellular level compared to other frequencies. So the music choices you make are, again, significantly impacting your health and well-being or your lack of it. Another area that we often overlook is our books and our podcasts. Now, some of us love to sit down with a good old-fashioned pile of paper and flick through those pages as a way to immerse ourselves in fact or fiction. It's a way to escape for a little while, a way to relax, or it could be something you're doing linked to your studies, your employment, or areas you're really interested in. If this information has a certain belief system, ideology, angle, or tone to it, that is information you're absorbing, you're consuming, and therefore, on the subconscious level, you're being impacted by. Another one, this is a favorite of mine. Ladies, I hate to say it, but this one affects you more than the fellows. But for those gentlemen that love to keep themselves looking fantastic, this also applies to you. Now, our products and our cosmetics, and this includes fragrances. What we put on our body matters so significantly. Our skin is our greatest, most effective organ at absorbing things into the system. Now, if you pick up any of your products and you look on the back of that bottle and you can't pronounce the words that are written on the back, or you don't understand what those words actually mean, then it's possibly not a good idea to be consuming these products without doing a little more research into what the possible side effects of those chemicals may be on your system. Now, let's go to movies and TV or theatre, any of the areas where you will sit down for 1, 2, or 3 hours and consume what entertainment has been placed in front of you. Now, is the movie or the video you're watching uplifting? Is it a happy story? Is it positive? Is it a documentary about the beautiful wonders of this world? Or is it a horror flick, a sci fi where the world gets destroyed? What is the quality of the movies that you are watching? And does your subconscious know the difference between something you've watched and something you've experienced? Because a lot of studies around this show that when we consume television or movies, we have a visceral response to it. That means our body feels it, which means our body responds to it. If that body is responding to a state of fear or insecurity, then of course we're going to have cortisol released. And as you would well know, cortisol is not a good substance to have flowing through your veins too often. Another area that we should cover is people. You know the old saying, you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If that's true, have a think about your close circle of friends and family. Do they uplift you? Do they want to see you succeed? Are they a beacon of positive light or in some way toxic to your sense of self and happiness? The people around you matter, the interactions that you have matter, the communications you have with them matter. It's an area of big consumption for us because we are surrounded by people every single day. Now, let's go to a less obvious area of consumption: the places, the clutter, the colors around you. Is your house filled with disorder and chaos? How does that make you feel when you are living in an environment that is not conducive for your greatest good? How do you feel when you go outside, when you go through the forest, or you walk along the ocean, or you watch the sunrise? How does that make you feel when you're in a different environment to the one that is bringing you down? If you're currently experiencing an environmental impact on you that is negative, I would encourage you to take a look at that and ask yourself, is this what I want for my highest good? Now, the last two are possibly the most important. The first one is, what are you consuming just before you go to bed? Let me ask that again. What are you consuming just before you go to bed? The reason I ask this question is because the subconscious works actively overnight to process information that you consume just before sleep. So if you're looking at comedy skits before you go to sleep, your mind is probably going to be chuckling along to itself all night. You'll probably wake up feeling quite refreshed because the endorphins from laughter will continue to exist in your body long after you've stopped watching that reel. But if you've just gone through the nightly news before you go to bed and you've just seen the car accidents, the bushfires, the homelessness, the Epstein file list release number 27 or 2007, all that negative news is designed to capture your attention and are not good for your subconscious to be chewing on overnight. And the final one to cover is our own self talk and inner narrative. What language are you using with yourself? Do you say, "Oh, you idiot, you shouldn't have failed at that test. Oh, you could have done better. You didn't win that cycling race. Oh my God, I'll never find love because I'm unlovable." Okay, this is a complex area. I get it. And all of us struggle with some level of negative self talk at some point in time in our lives. But this one matters. When you become aware of your own self talk and the effect that that consumption that subconscious chatter has on you, you can then take steps to make a change to that. So, when it comes to any of these areas, I'd like you to have a think about what consumptions you're currently participating in, be they conscious or unconscious, and what impact might they be having on you. Now, for those of you that say, hey, I know the world's a tough place and there's all these things I'm consuming in my food, in my environment, in my media, in the people I work with, but I go home, I meditate, I eat clean, and I do a singing bowl session once a week. Okay, great. You're working towards balancing the scales, but there is no amount of individual action you can take that will counteract the negative influences that are coming in through your unconscious consumption. So, this is what I'm going to challenge you with today. Just for 24 hours, have a think about all the different factors you're consuming. Write them down, put a dot point against each category where you think you're consuming something, and ask yourself, did that consumption feed your soul or did it make you feel negative? Did that consumption help you move towards becoming the best version of yourself? Or did it somehow derail you and make you feel less or lacking or unworthy in some way, shape, or form? Did the images you see bring you joy and open your heart to the beauty that is this world and the people in it? Or did you feel like the world's collapsing around you because of the hyper focus on negative aspects of this world? For those of you who would like some actions to take away today to help you examine this for yourself, here's a few suggestions. 1. Which area of consumption have I been most unconscious about? 2. What am I consuming right before I go to bed? And how is that shaping my mornings afterwards? 3. If my life is a reflection of everything I've consumed, what does it say about me? And 4. What's the one thing I'd like to consume more consciously this week? So, to wrap that up, your choice right now, if you want to improve the consumption patterns that you have, is to try the 24-hour audit and let us know in the comments below what one thing you found that was unconsciously being consumed and what you've swapped it out for. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Di, and I look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Dichotomy. Take care.